How do I not break the bank?
We got you, Pete. Xfinity Mobile was designed to save you money and gives you access to Wi-Fi speeds up to a gig.
So you get high speeds for low prices.
Better than getting low speeds for high prices.
Right, Bruce? Jealous?
Honestly, someone get a helmet on this guy.
Get a free unlimited line for a year.
This is the book of Luke 21 verse 25. There shall be signs in the sun and the moon and the stars upon the earth. Discourse of nations will perplex it. Sees verse 1. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, uproars, and people of the world. It's the book of 2nd Ezra. Second Edges 15 verse 15. For the sword and discretion draweth nigh, one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. Second Edges 15 verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, betting one another. They shall not regard their kings or their princes, and force their actions stand in their power. Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Makakadash, and the Heavenly Father. True name is Yahweh, and His unbegotten Son Ba'ashem, and name Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Those are their true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Mashwan Kadash, the whole tongue. And I say Barak Thumb to the elders, or Akim Akwaf, and I say Shalom. And this is a sit down lesson of this recent news article from RT.com as of September 2nd, 2024. It says U.S. Marines attacked by mob in Turkey. It says a group of behind the incident and American troops had Palestinians' blood on their hands. It says, because keep this in mind, you have the United States and Israel, which is the Israel Defense Force, are allies with one another. And then, you have the United States continue to aid and assist Israel, especially with the IDF versus the resistance of the Palestinians. And then Iran versus the Israel Defense Force and the pro-Iranian groups against the IDF as well, too. And it says members of the Nationalist Youth Organization have attacked 2 U.S. Marines in the Turkish city of Izmir on Monday. The service members disembarked from the ambitious assault ships USS WASP, which arrived earlier in the day during its deployment in the Mediterranean Sea. It says the video of the altercation shows up a group of men holding down a plainclothes Marine, with one of the assailants putting a white sack over his head. The mob reportedly yelled "Yankee, go home" when attacked the service members. I remember back I think it's like a couple of years back, it was kind of like a similar situation. Yeah, U.S. troops was stationed over there in Turkey, and then they've been run down. They was being chased by Turkish nationalist groups. They was telling them go home, Yankee. And this is like I believe this is like the second or third time this had occurred within the last couple of years or so. So this was the recent one. So keep that in mind as well too. I add a side note to that. I'm gonna read that again. It says a video altercation shows a group of men holding down a plainclothes Marine with one of the assailants putting a white sack over his head. The mob reportedly yelled, "Yankee, go home." It says when attacking the servicemen. According to the Ismar government officials, security forces quickly intervened in the incident, detaining 15 suspects. The two Marines were aided by other Marines in the area and subsequently taken to a local hospital for evacuations as a precaution, but were not injured and have returned to the UASS ROPS. And the commander, Timothy Gorman, the spokesperson of the U.S. Navy Force of Europe, Africa. The U.S. Embassy released a statement saying that the Americans are now safe. The diplomatic thanks the Turkish authorities for their rapid response to the ongoing investigation. It says the assailants were members of the Nationalist Youth Union of Turkey, the TGB, which is affiliated with the small patriotic party. The U.S. soldiers have the blood of our soldiers and thousands of Palestinians on their hands and cannot pollute our country, the party said in a statement on X, which is formerly known Twitter. It says the TGB Secretary General Alan Cum told Euronews that the group has previously put sacks over heads of American service members in 6 different cities. She said that attacks were a response to the 2003 incident in Iraq when U.S. troops briefly detained Turkish commanders and transported them with hoods over their heads. The incident caused widespread outrage in Turkey at the time and put a strain on the relations between the countries. Although Ankara remains Washington's important ally in the region, the two NATO members have reportedly clashed in recent years. Turkey President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has been a vocal critic of Israel's war in Gaza and launched incursions against the U.S. allied Kurdish forces in Syria. The U.S., right, because you have the Kurdish armies going against the Kurdish armies throughout Iraq and Syria. The U.S., meanwhile, unsuccessfully pressured Ankara to scrap its deal to buy the S-400 air defense missiles systems from Russia. We got a scripture.
While we were away, it has been a long and difficult stretch for Hungary saying. How vicious is our fire? But Master Europe has never produced what she just enough silly desperation DDT.
I think that's in Slovakia. I was trying to look for a scripture. I think it's in Malachi.
Steps on Dawn's work. This is fire and dawn. But they've been beating the hell out of Kyrie, saying for the past 5 minutes, partially exhausted themselves.
This is Malachi 3 verse 7. Even from days of your fathers ye gone away from mine ordinance, and have not keep it them. Return unto me. I think that's not it.
Know each other's strengths, they know each other's weaknesses. How quickly can you figure out how to point the ball of your opponent?
Never man. I'm gonna just bring up that Job 18 verse 11.
And then reverse his course. Scott was absolutely anticipating that attack by a full attack.
This is the book of Job 18 verse 11. It says, Terrors shall make him afraid on every side, and shall draw him to his feet, or wherever Esau Edom dwell at. You know, you got these these other nations are rising up against him, just like these small hatters rising up against him. These Edomites getting rised up against him. These other nations are rising up against these Edomites, you know. And wherever they go, they never keep it for their home, like the scripture says, you know. So they oppress a man in his own house and his own heritage. That's what Esau Edom been doing, you know, from the wars, wars they've been involved in, you know. So, hey, these nations I haven't forgot about that, you know. It's like I was reading that news article when that happened back in 2003 with the situation with Iraq.